Hello, this is Matt on the Moon Lambo channel, and I got a couple interesting stories I want to share with you. The first one will be from Bitcoinist.com, and this one's titled, Ripple's XRP scores 2 new crypto exchange listings, so I just wanted to quickly run through that. And even more interesting is a question that David Schwartz, who of course is Ripple's CTO, co-creator of the XRP ledger, is a question that he answered today on Quora. And Quora, for those of you that aren't familiar, and I haven't really used it, I've cited it in the past, but David Schwartz is pretty active on Quora. And it's a website where people can ask questions and get answers from the general public, and you can upvote answers, this and that. And so he was asked today, would XRP be more valuable today if Ripple was stronger focused on compliance early on? And this was actually just 5 hours ago, so I'm going to share with you his answer. I haven't seen this covered anywhere else. So go Moon Lambo channel, getting something fresh. But before we go any further here, if you would please delicately tap that like button. And also, if you would please subscribe to the Moon Lambo channel, because if you don't, you are dead to me. Now take a look at this quote from Zerpound, member of the XRP community. This has caught my attention, so I thought I'd share it with you here. He wrote this on Twitter. Just overheard 2 coworkers talking about Bitcoin. They both agree they don't know much about it, but think it's a Ponzi scheme. Gotta love this stuff. And then he writes, crypto mass adoption is still far away. That's why I think companies targeting enterprise use cases like Ripple are taking the right approach. I think that's a pretty salient way of positioning an argument, and I'm on board with that conceptually. And of course, once you've researched the world of crypto, it's almost never what you think it is. Before you get into crypto, and if you actually do some research, it's almost never what you thought it was at the start. At least that's certainly how it was for me. I had no idea what I was about to get into. I was like, wait a minute, cryptocurrencies can do things that you quite literally, absolutely cannot do with just traditional fiat currency. You're telling me business models can exist now that without this technology, including specifically decentralized cryptocurrencies, business models can exist because of that otherwise could not exist? And it was just like, mind blown. And then I just went down this path. And then for me, it's always been about utility ever since then. But so of course, these 2 people that he's citing here think Bitcoin's a Ponzi scheme. It's certainly not, because you'd have to have some sort of central organizer for it to actually be a Ponzi scheme. If they're saying that the part that's similar to a Ponzi scheme is that you convince people of the awesomeness of Bitcoin and more people buy in, well, the same argument then could be made of stocks. You need people to buy at a higher price in order for you to make money if you're going to sell it, right? And so are stocks a Ponzi scheme? No, it doesn't fit the definition from a technical perspective. That's the argument that I'm making there. I'm not talking about the long-term viability of Bitcoin. That's a whole different conversation here. But nonetheless, I just thought it was an interesting comment we're sharing with you here. And this next piece I got from Josh. So a shout out to you. Thank you very much. On Twitter, he's at 24_7_visionary. And this is the piece from Bitcoinist titled, Ripple's XRP scores 2 new crypto exchange listings. And I wanted to quickly run through this before I get to the what I think will be the most fun part of this video, and sharing what Ripple CTO David Schwartz had to say about XRP price here and compliance. So here you go. 2 crypto exchanges serving international crypto markets announced the addition of XRP. Valor, VALR.com, Valor, I guess is how they're trying to get you to say it, a South African exchange, and Luno, a Singapore-based exchange that also serves 40 nations with over 3 million users. And then the piece begins, XRP will now be available to millions of new investors thanks to recent announcements from Valor.com and Luna.com. Valor is a South African exchange that allows traders to buy and sell a number of cryptocurrencies paired with the rand, the national currency of South Africa. Valor offers more than 50 cryptocurrency pairs, the largest selection of any South African exchange. Valor offers maker rewards for traders, providing liquidity and referral bonuses. They have partnered with Bittrex for secure custody. Now, of course, Bittrex, also a United States-based cryptocurrency exchange, partnered with Ripple, and they are also a pool of liquidity on-demand liquidity. Luna is a Singapore-based exchange that serves 40 countries. They have offices in London, Malaysia, Nigeria, the UK, South Africa, and Indonesia. Luno also offers a variety of cryptocurrencies and trading pairs and characterizes themselves as the most international exchange. Luno lets traders withdraw in local currency directly to a bank account in a number of countries. Now, welcome, first of all, exchanges. And these cryptocurrency exchanges, good thing they're getting on now, better sooner than later, even though they're not among the first. I mean, I don't know what the current count is as far as how many exchanges have XRP on it, but, I think it's over 150 here. And so all of these exchanges can be pools of liquidity in the future, and they can actually make money on the buying and selling of XRP as it is used as a bridge currency. So better get on now. I think it makes a lot of sense. Just saying. All right, and next, so I got this tweet from Robin Van Den Broel, who tagged me on Twitter along with fellow XRP YouTuber Kevin Cage. He wrote, Kevin Cage and Moon Lambo, check out this page. Pretty awesome content from Schwartz about all kinds of things. There are a lot of nice Q&As about XRP and Ripple. Let me know what you guys think. And so thank you very much for tagging me, because it did get me thinking, oh yeah, I haven't checked Core in a while. I have actually cited in previous videos, just at least a few times, comments that David Schwartz had made pertaining to crypto on this channel here, just having to do with XRP and Bitcoin, so on and so forth here. And again, so very much appreciate Robin, you tagging me here, because I hadn't thought to check his Quora page in quite some time, and so that did prompt me. And so kudos to you. So let's dive into this one now. With the question on Quora today here is, would XRP be more valuable today if Ripple was stronger focused on compliance early on? And here's what David Schwartz had to say in response. I can't speak to what the price of XRP would have been. The movement of cryptocurrency prices seems entirely unpredictable to me, but I can speak about Ripple's focus on compliance and the decisions we made. Ironically, I sometimes wonder precisely the opposite of this question. If anything, I think we were too focused on compliance early on. If you have a Bitcoin account on pretty much any exchange or hosted wallet, you can withdraw a Bitcoin to any address you input. The operator of that site has no idea who that address belongs to. It could be the government of North Korea, it could be a drug cartel, but it's pretty well accepted that today that this is just how Bitcoin works. Because we were unwilling to take these kinds of compliance risks, we stopped developing and hosting an XRP wallet. Now that's interesting. I haven't heard him say that before. I mean, I did know that they stopped the XRP wallet thing, but anyway, he continues writing, we made enough code open source for others to do so, but deemed supporting those kinds of efforts too much of a risk. There was no good business model at the time for others to develop and maintain a wallet, so for quite some time, there really weren't great XRP wallet options. I think it's a much more interesting thought experiment to think about where Ripple and XRP would be had the XRP ledger developers and Ripple been willing to take more risks in the compliance area and not been so slow, deliberate, and careful. I think being domiciled in the United States, being a, quote, real company, and being so determined to comply with the law and do things the right way has had huge benefits for Ripple, but it's also easy to point to things we didn't do or didn't do as quickly as we might have liked to because of this. This same tension continues inside the company to this day. We do take compliance very, very seriously and strongly resist doing things that might create new regulatory compliance issues for us. Now, that's some insight that I honestly, in following the world of Ripple and XRP for over 2 years, I have not heard that particular insight from anyone, frankly, in terms of just conceptually, because look, I kind of had the same perception too. I mean, again, with the question being, would XRP be more valuable today if Ripple was focused on compliance early on? And, I always knew that they were like going... obviously, I mean, it's very clear, right? I think we all know that Ripple was very, very big just on the concept of not stepping over potential legal boundaries. They didn't want to step on landmines that they really didn't need to step on. So, like, that part of it is not so much a surprise. But I didn't as much think necessarily the things that they were giving up as a result of this. And so that's always fascinating to me in reading through this. I knew that they were no longer offering wallet supports, and that is something that they were going after years before I entered the world of crypto. And then it stopped. And some people criticized Ripple for this. And it seems to me that they were just taking the most responsible adult path that they could have in the moment there. And so, as far as the price of XRP, I don't know that it particularly matters. And I'll just say what I typically say as far as the price of XRP. There aren't enough people that are parsing out the differences between the cryptocurrencies today for the things that Ripple are doing to matter any more than what you're seeing now. And that's why, it matters, don't get me wrong. That's why XRP is third in market cap, no question. But XRP is still following the price action of Bitcoin. And so if there were nobody building on top of the XRP ledger, for example, it wouldn't be number 3 in market cap. So I'm not saying that developer action, including what Ripple's doing, I'm not saying that stuff doesn't matter. I'm just saying that it doesn't matter enough yet, and I think that's going to change as the asset class continues to mature. But that's just one of those things that's going to take a long time. Now to that, and let me hop over to this piece. This is a reasonable segue, I think. This is from dailyhodl.com. This one's titled, U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission issues advice for crypto-curious investors, warns against ICOs and digital asset scams. And every time I see one of these headlines, I'm always eager to read through it. I'm curious, what do they have to say in here? Well, in the back of my mind, since I'm a member of the XRP community, I'm proud to say it, I'm always thinking, SEC, say what you will about crypto, but not cracking down on Ripple having anything to do with XRP, because there's nothing to crack down on. Just saying here, XRP, not a security. The rise in the number of initial coin offerings, ICO, and initial exchange offerings, IEO, is giving unscrupulous individuals the opportunity to run crypto-related scams. To combat illegal ICOs and IEOs, the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission, SEC, put together a list of resources that helps investors navigate the complex realm of investing in digital assets. And there's actually a tweet here you can see from the SEC right now. It reads as follows: wondering if a crypto, ICO, or IEO investment is right for you, if it's legal, or if it could be a scam? These resources can help, and then they provide a link. And then the site here, I'm not going to read through all of these, but the article here on Daily Hodl includes a list of the types of things that are covered there. I can read a couple of them. Here, I'll read the top 2. IEOs that may be in violation of federal security law, and ICOs that claim securing SEC approval, which maybe they have the approval, maybe they don't. So anyway, it's so wild right now. Like, whatever you think about it, just you say 10 years, over 10 years there's been this asset class, sounds like a long time, but I'm telling you, this is just the beginning. 2020, this year is going to look like a little, like the baby era of cryptocurrency, just fast forward far enough. And that, not just in terms of adoption, but of cryptocurrencies, but certainly in terms of price as well. Really both, from my perspective there. So lots of exciting stuff to look forward to. And I'll tell you this, I firmly believe that as the asset class matures, you're going to see XRP break away from the pack, given that there's real-world utility. Now, that's not financial advice because I don't have a financial background. I'm just sharing an opinion here. But I think given that no network is going to be long-term sustainable if it's not used for something, that's absolutely my investment thesis. And so I'm just following where the action is actually happening here. And in the world of crypto, it's with XRP. It just is. There's a reason that XRP is the only cryptocurrency that I bought from 2018 and onwards. Nothing else. Period. That's it. For me, anyway. But you all do you. All right. And I am not a financial advisor. Do not buy or sell anything because of anything that I say or write. That would be a very, very, very bad idea. Until next time, to the moon, Lambo.